Brought to you by My 11 Circle. Win second prize 1 crore. Download now.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this very special session. I say special because I think there is no better day or place to celebrate our women cricketers. And I'll tell you why I say that. This day and this place is special. There's a story behind it. And I'll take you back to 2013. That's when India hosted the Women's World Cup here. And as a reporter, I remember covering it. And ICC was so worried about the number of people that turn up to the stadium, they actually sent about close to 10,000 free invites in 2013 to schools across Mumbai so that they could have some sort of crowd come in the game at the Brabant Stadium, not too far away from here. So that was 2013. They sent out about 10,000 invites, and eventually they were left a little red-faced because little less than 1,000 people turned up. But that was 2013. Why I say this is special, because not too far away is that exact same stadium. 3 days ago, we had the final of the Women's Premier League, and there was not a single empty seat at that same ground that hosted the final of the Women's Premier League. So that's how much women's cricket has come in the last decade. And I know, having spoken to a few people who attended that particular game, that a lot of them, not only from different parts of Mumbai, and you know it's very tough to get Mumbaikas to travel to town, especially if they're coming from suburb, but they did for that game. You had a lot of people turn up from places like Kolhapur, from Pune, to actually come and watch that final. So tells you how much women's cricket has progressed. And what I actually tell people, that now women's cricket is no more just an idea or movement. It has actually now become part of the cricketing ecosystem. And I'm part of that ecosystem. I consume cricket, and I do not now consider it as a movement happening. It's part of that ecosystem. The last bit of that puzzle, I think, was the Women's Premier League, and that is also now complete. So women's cricket is what we're going to be celebrating. Let me not waste your time anymore, and let me call the real stars of this particular session. I'll start with the senior most in women's cricket. Otherwise, it's Rishikesh. No, but I'll start with you, Jhulan. You know why? Because you are the winner. You're the current winner of the Women's Premier League. So just to sum up her achievements, see, a senior is always a senior. She's showing them the watch that, you know, you guys are 10 minutes late. She'll buy you dinner, both of you. You're going to buy her dinner. So what do I say about Jhulan Goswami? You know, still now holds the record for most number of wickets in women's ODI cricket. She was the youngest to get 10 wickets in a test match. She was the oldest to play an international game at almost age 40. And now a winner on the inaugural edition of the Women's Premier League as the mentor and coach of Mumbai Indians. So that is Jhulan Goswami for you. Okay, next up, let me call on Jemimah Rodrigo. Have I got the pronunciation right? Rodriguez. Okay, I went for the Spanish pronunciation. So Jemimah is, as you know, she started off as a hockey player, now is a mainstay in Indian cricket team's middle order. She is an outstanding fielder. But I think if there's one aspect where she even trumps her cricket, that is in the entertainment space. If you don't believe me, go check out her Instagram handle and you'll find out. Entertainer par excellence. We'll see, and we'll put that to test in this particular session. Could I request you, Jemimah, please, to come on stage? Next up, a good friend of Jemimah is Harleen Deol. She's a hard hitter, batter, a wily spinner, and also, if I could say, arguably the best fielder in women's cricket across countries. You have to see some of the catches that she's taken. Now she also goes by the nickname Beauty Queen of Indian cricket. Go Google it and you'll figure out why I say that. Last but not the least, is a man who's played for the Indian men's cricket team. He played alongside some stars like Sachin Tendulkar, Mohammad Azharuddin, Saurav Ganguly. He himself has scored over 10,000 runs in first-class cricket. We all, of course, remember him for probably one of the most iconic shots ever played on the cricket field, that 4 that he hit of the last over versus Pakistan to help India win the Independence Cup. Those memories still fresh in my mind. You remember that too? She also does. We're the same vintage, you see, so that's why we remember. I don't think Jemimah and Harleen are going to remember. You were born that year. You've seen much later. Okay, could I call upon the coach of the Indian cricket team, Hrishikesh Kanetkar? I am just going to request all of you, just Jemimah, Harleen, just take your mics. Will be, yeah, that's yours, I think. Oh, there enough. I actually was asking him when you guys weren't coming. I said, are they not scared of you, the coach? He's like, no, not at all.
We didn't know Rishi sir was coming, otherwise we'd never be late. Yeah, actually.
Players are only scared of selectors.
I should have done that. Called up a selector quickly. But you know what? This session is about breaking stereotypes, so I'm going to do exactly that. And it won't be ladies first. I'll ask Hrishikesh this question. First up. I spoke about that particular shot. We all remember. Jhulan and I certainly do. Harleen has seen it on YouTube. But I'm sure for many years, people came up to you and said, listen, we remember you for that particular innings or that shot. Has that changed? And I want to know, do now people walk up to you and say, oh, you're the coach of the Indian women's cricket team, isn't it? Has it?
A lot of people do say that because they've watched me sitting outside looking very worried when the matches are going on. Yeah, but people have started identifying, coaches, players, people who work around women's cricket because of the high profile and the way the games are going, the way the team is doing. So it is growing, yes.
Is the dressing room the same that you experienced when you used to play for the men's teams? Same amount of quabble and celebrations, energy, all of it same?
I won't say the same. I think it's into 10 or maybe 20 of what it used to be. So a lot of exuberance, a lot of energy. They seem to enjoy it a lot more. I remember our dressing rooms were never that noisy.
I don't know if that's a compliment or what.
No, that talks about your enthusiasm, right? You feel for the sport, you feel for that particular game. I'll get to who plays the DJ in the dressing room because I know in your time when you must be playing, it was mostly Kishore Kumar and all that. I'm guessing that's not the same music that you get to hear now in the women's dressing room.
Absolutely not.
Not at all. Yeah. These two must be taking the control.
I have no idea what music they listen to because it doesn't make any sense to me.
Okay, Jhulan. Has it sunk in? As I said, she just won the inaugural edition of the WPL as the mentor bowling coach of Mumbai Indians. And the first picture that she put on social media was of her lying down, sleeping with the trophy in her hand. So, Claire, has it sunk in that you're champions?
First of all, thank you so much, Nikhilji. Yes, it's been a great experience. For me, it's the first time I'm also come to Sir's shoes behind a bit. But yeah, it was a new experience working with the different personalities, really learned a lot of things. As a player, we used to think a different way. And now, as a mentor or bowling coach, you start thinking in another way. Because, it was new experience and enjoy. And that winning the trophy has always been special. And the first edition is always been special.
So, Jhulan, it was special indeed. But tell me honestly, and be honest with us, when you saw these young girls play and so many people turn up to watch, was there a part of you which said, oh, I wish I was playing? I was there as a player in the middle.
Honestly speaking, if these things happened 2 years ago, definitely I'll think about it. But when September, I decide that I'm going to quit international cricket. Then I realized I don't think so I deserve to play any more game because my motivation was absolutely nil. And I feel that if I'm not able to play for my country, then I don't think so I should continue my cricket. So from that day onward, I decide I'm not going to participate any other cricket tournament, professional cricket tournament. I might play some other matches, but not professional cricket. So
that's now in the stage of the career that you were in. But what if, do you wish that, I wish it happened 6 years ago or 5 years ago. and Jhulan 5-6 years ago?
If these things happened 2, 3, 4 years ago, definitely what I'm going to achieve, I don't know, but definitely Indian team is going to achieve a lot of things. We might have a lot of Jemimah, a lot of Harleen, a lot of other stuff, other player, quality player in a pipeline, and the competition level is definitely going to increase. So I wish that thing happened during that time. Probably we might have one World Cup. What do you think? Probably one World Cup, definitely we were able to achieve that. So, that was the main thing. Otherwise, I'm okay with that. Whatever we have done, we have done. And we shouldn't look back.
Sure.
And I think when we started, we never thought about all those things.
Yeah.
So, today, the platform we have as a women's cricketer, we should cherish this moment.
Yeah, Jemimah and Harleen, you wanted to say something. Yeah.
Just for the record, when she played exhibition matches as a player, she was a champion as well. So,
Oh, yeah. She was, absolutely.
No, I just wanted to add here. So, we are coming now in a generation where there's a lot of social media, a lot of coverage, a lot of money is also coming to women's cricket. But if it wouldn't be for the previous generation, I don't think we would have been here today, because they did it without the fame, without the money, without the facilities that we get today. So I would say it's because of them that we are here today. Like, growing up, we just heard Jhulan Goswami and Mithali Raj. Never seen them on TV, nothing. So I think a shout out should go to all of them. Yeah, because we are enjoying the fruits of what they did. They've sown the seeds and we are just enjoying it. So thank you, Juludi, and all the ex-women cricketers.
Thanks, Jimmy. Thank you. So nice of you.
Take it with a pinch of salt, huh, Jhulan? They're making up for being late.
Yeah,
so
that's
very
what.
nice. Absolutely. Okay, but tell me honestly, the two of you, Jemimah, you could start. I mean, somewhere inside you, you're happy. Both of you are batters. You're happy, yeah, it's come this time when Jhulan Goswami is past her peak. Imagine if we had to play Jhulan Goswami in her peak. So happy in that sense, huh?
No, I would tell DC to pick her in my team.
But I just wanted to say, like, initially when we used to play domestic, so we all were very scared of Juludi. I remember playing her for the first time and I had just hit her for a 4 cover drive. And that was like, matlab, maine sab kar liya. It was all done. And then I got out to her, but then I was so happy, that I hit her for a 4.
4 bhi nahi, acha middle bhi karega, so much confidence to walk like that.
कि Jhulan Goswami को ऐसे middle किया है. Okay, if you guys are wondering that, they're complementing each other, it's a, sort of a club where, you hear Harleen praise Jhulan and then Jemimah praise Jhulan. But there is a lot of reality to that. This is not lip service. And I've got some proof to show you. I'll show you some visuals, which will come here behind. These are from the WPL auction that happened. So when the names were coming up, a lot of them were huddled together in one room, listening to the auctions that were happening. Let me play that.
Last chance Mumbai, last chance for everybody else as well. All done. I'm sending them to the Royal Challengers.
Okay, let me give you context to that. Those are pixelated because it was shot on a phone, so very tough to replicate it on the giant screen. This is where Smriti Mandhana's bidding was happening, all of them in the same room. I could spot Jemimah there, I could spot Harleen there. And they're all cheering for Smriti because she became the highest, bid player in the auction at 3.4 crores. The general impression that all of us have on the outside is that at the end of the day, they're going to be competitors. One may think, because, sportsmen are competitive by nature, one may think, no, I'm a better player, I should go for an X amount, or I'm a better player, I'll go for an X amount. But that wasn't the case. If you had actually seen that entire visual, it was of them egging the teams on, no, bid more for Smriti, bid more for her. So they're actually cheering for her teammate so that she becomes the highest. And there was no sort of jealousy or, any sort of competition in that sense that I go for. And that was really heartening to see. Jhulan, I'll ask you, is that the kind of camaraderie that all of them share in the dressing room? And I'll get Rishikesh also to answer that.
I think this is how we brought up from childhood, because when we started, this generation also, they started, they never thought about that WPL going to happen is so soon for them, and this is going to be, realistic way. We always used to discuss in a dressing room, I wish we should play WPL and we should get little bit of facilities, little bit of money. Definitely money is important role today. So we discuss all those things, but when these things happening is a reality way. So definitely they feel good that, and these things is always good. And these people are so nice, honestly speaking. They are the true teammates.
Yeah.
You ask Rishi sir,
I was going to ask him, because this, no matter what you do, and I cover men's cricket very closely, it's very rare to see this in the men's game. Huh? So this is not lip service. This is all organic, right, Rishi?
It is, and very natural. All reactions. This wasn't acting. This was all natural. And I'm seeing this the first time because I wasn't there at that time. But I think in this team there was a lot of closeness. They were taking care of each other in terms of on and off the field as well, helping each other out and giving their best. And in team sports, I think that is crucial. Teams that do well always have such camaraderie. There's no I, there's we in a team. So it's all together, and that's what, as a coach, that's what you want to build as well in any team. I'm sure all coaches would say that they want something like this going on, and it's great to see. And there's the beginning. If you have such teamwork, then good things will come in the future.
I'm going to focus on the WPL now. One thing, because you spoke about maybe we'll get that World Cup. And as a cricket fan, I saw the Indian women's team come very close. We've had a few heartbreaks. 2017 comes to my mind. Recently in the World Cup, a game that both of you were discussing, we should have won. The Commonwealth Games final comes to my mind. Now, I'm talking to you about the final. There's Harmanpreet Kaur, who's the captain of the Mumbai team. She's the captain of the Indian team as well. She's actually seen that heartbreak very closely. And on the opposite side, we always found a Meg Lanning from the Australian team. This time it was the same thing, but this time Meg Lanning was with Delhi, Harmanpreet with Mumbai, and the same Harmanpreet's team beats Meg Lanning's team. So it is, in that sense, India's victory. Do you think you needed this sort of a catalyst or this sort of a moment to go past that hurdle, and maybe in the future it translates to the Indian team?
I think definitely it was in her mind also that because people are constant talking about all those memories, she was trying to avoid those stuff. But honestly speaking, definitely this will give her a lot of confidence that yes, we can beat Meg Lanning. It's not about Australia or India, it's all about Meg Lanning and Harman. We are talking about them. So definitely Harman feel that she can beat Meg Lanning. But honestly speaking, the WPL will going to change for women's cricket perception that way these girls played, and they shared the dressing room with all quality cricketers. And definitely they're going to learn when to switch on, how to switch off, and controlling the nerve in a crucial time, how they're going to approach. I think definitely they have learned a lot of things from this tournament, and this is going to definitely help them for Indian cricket.
I'll talk to Meg Lanning's teammate here, Jemimah. I know nothing can cover up for that loss, in that sense, the pain you would have felt so close yet so far. But is there a silver lining there, seeing a Harmanpreet lift a trophy? I know it could be you or your team lifting it, but eventually, as I said, that hurdle that India wasn't going to cross, do you see a silver lining?
I think, yeah, what you said and what Julidi said is absolutely right. Sometimes it just needs, that one moment of belief where we know, we've done it in the past, we can do it again. And yes, I was very happy for Haridi as well. I was very sad we lost, honestly, because we played with all our heart. We also wanted to win. But just to see Haridi, because I know what she's been through in the last few months. And, as a player, there's so much pressure. As a captain, you can multiply it into 10. But just to see her finally lift that trophy, it was a victory for women's cricket in India, I would say, in that way. And even though WPL happening, I think from here, imagine the kind of confidence every single player is going to get. We've definitely found new talent, but at the same time, the current players, just playing under high pressure games. As you said, the stadiums were full. You know, we couldn't hear what the captains and the people were saying, whereas few years back it wasn't the same. So just imagine the kind of confidence we are going to get stepping out wearing the India jersey that, yes, I've done it in the past before. I've taken my team to victory. It's time to do it now again for India.
To the two of you, Harleen and Jemimah, give us an insight as in sharing a dressing room with some of these players. And let's be honest, in women's cricket, there is the Australian team. They've been a cut above till recently, if you were to take a look at the record. Maybe England there. And then you have the likes of India, maybe New Zealand as the third best team around. Do you think now sharing the dressing room with some of these Australian legends that have got the better of the Indian team and most other teams, being in the same dressing room, does that then take away, you know, sometimes you're intimidated with a player that you've lost quite often to. Does that take away that sort of intimidation that you may have, spending time with them?
See, when you're playing against a team like Australia, and one thing I've observed about, like, you know, when you're playing against them, they're like your rivals and enemies. And till then, we've never spoken much to an Australian team. But this WPL has given an opportunity to us that since we are a part of the dressing room, they're so different to what we've judged. Harleen and I have even spoken about this, that we thought, oh, she's full of attitude, she's so rude, or this or that. But that's what they're on the field. Off the field, they're exactly the opposite. And I think to see that side of them definitely, you know, has taught us so much also, like sharing the dressing room with legends. And at the same time, there's so much to learn. We definitely picked their brains a lot, like Meg Lanning. And because if it wasn't for the WPL, I don't think we would have gotten this opportunity, and even our domestic players. And for them to be so warm and welcoming with all of us, I think that just made us feel so good. Like, still, for international players, it's easier to talk, but the way they were with our domestic players, I think that is something I really admired about them. And thank you to the BCCI for the WPL.
Yeah, that's true. Like, for us, like, I was there and all the Australian players were there. We had 4 Australians. So I just wanted to know about their mindsets, because how they approach the game and all that. And it's a great opportunity for us to be there with them, and lots to learn from them. And they learn from us as well. It's not just we learning from them. They also learned few things from us. So that's how it was. Like, we were very privileged, you know, to be a part of the first WPL. And being with them was amazing. Honestly, we never thought that, you know, we'll get a chance to be with them, interact with them. But then, as Jemmy said, like, they're totally opposite on the field, and they're totally opposite off the field. So yeah, it was nice to be with them.
Rishikesh, what do you think? I mean, one aspect of women's cricket you see was that, at least, and I'll be very honest, that when I thought the WPL came about, I thought yes, because I see the Jemimahs, the Harleens and the Jhulans. I don't know the domestic sort of players that are available for the team. So I thought maybe most teams would have like 6-7 good players, but you'd struggle to make a good 11. Would you have that? But I'm pleasantly surprised, and I was mentioning to the two of you, I thought you had 9 really good players and maybe making up 1 or 2 players. That also happens in men's cricket. You will never get an ideal 11. Do you think one of the other big advantage of the Women's Premier League is that the talent pool is going to increase, and you as a coach, it's a win-win situation for you, plenty more players to choose from?
Definitely. I think the stakes are very high. So, you know, any player who's already in the Indian, all of these girls, they have a cross on their back, right? There's people trying to take their places. And that's healthy competition. It's good for everyone. It's good for cricket in general. It doesn't let you settle for anything other than the best if you're already there, because you know somebody's working very hard to get there. And I think, like you know, Jamie said, it's a great initiative by BCCI, and I think it's going to make a huge difference to women's cricket in India.
What would you, and I want to ask the three of you, because we, you know, watching the Women's Premier League on television, as a spectacle, it was outstanding. I can't see much of a difference. Of course, you know, men's cricket will have that power hitting and maybe some slightly quicker deliveries. But overall, as a viewing experience, it looked amazing. The three of you, what would you tell people if someone came and told you that, you know, women cricket isn't the same as men's cricket? What would you say to someone that said to you? Jhulan, I'll start with you.
I think earlier it was a lot of talks used to going on because the visibility was very minimum. And now people watch, people know, and they enjoy the game. And then that mindset also slowly changing. And recent past, I haven't received this kind of comment. Earlier, I used to got lot of wise comment and that. But now, I think people start enjoying, believe on women's cricketers. Their standard, the increase, the big hitters, power hitters also increasing in women's cricket. And if you want to see good off-spin bowler, who's tossing up with the seam revolution, you'll get all those stuff in women's cricket. Because in men's cricket, everything is, undercut deliveries, make sure that any ball can go outside the boundary line. But women's cricket, you will get little bit of chance to watch all those stuff. So some people still believe that, we're able to see those, skills part. And men's cricket is all about only power hitting. Some people may not agree with me, but I believe that a lot of people say that we'll watch men's cricket is all believe that power hitting, express pace. In women's cricket, we'll see that the ball is moving from the front, a good outswing, or some tossing up delivery. All those things we hardly saw in men's cricket. And the most important thing in women's cricket, and honestly speaking, these two are the one of the best in that, their fielding standard.
Yes.
And the amount of, if the fielding standard is improved in women's game, it was unbelievable. And you can put women's cricket and men's cricket almost in same parallel. The amount of catch Jamie took this tournament, I think, and I never saw this kind of catches and so much anticipation. I was just taking that catch against Haley Matthews, that was. And I was sitting here.
Diving in the front one.
And when her bat is coming down, she's moving that side. It was so amazing to watch her anticipation level. Same with Harleen. When she take that Herman catch, and she already was in a move, she is expecting that ball is going to come here. I think these are the thing was always, coach always taught us that anticipate that ball is coming to you. I can see they're reacting in that way. The fielding standards has gone up. Definitely bowling and batting, the power hitting, definitely in coming years is going to be improved.
Actually, I wanted to show those catches, but there's copyright issues. So I wanted to show you a Harleen's catch on the boundary, Jemimah's 2 catches, this WPL, but I can't really. But I mean, this is just a suggestion. Go back, just go to YouTube, Google it, and have a look for yourself. I'll go a step further than Jhulan. I don't think it's at the level of men's cricket. I think fielding is one aspect, but sometimes visually, I think women's cricket is even better, the kind of fielding efforts that I see. Absolutely outstanding. Do check it out on YouTube. Also agree with the observation that Jhulan talks about skill. I can bet my bottom dollar. Sophie Eccleston in men's cricket will pick up a fifer for sure. Just make her play. She'll definitely pick up. I mean, that's the skill that she shows. And we were talking about it. But the same question to Harleen and Jemimah, to you two. I like one of your, I think was it an Insta reel where you said, this is not a gentleman's game. This is everybody's game. So anything else you'd tell anyone who said, no, this is a gentleman's game?
Actually, that is true. If you see like the totals also, like all the teams, they've scored 220. Whether it's power hitting, whether it's you're hitting by boundaries, whether you're taking singles. But then 220 is 220, even in men's cricket. So I think 220 is like a high total in any game. So probably it's everyone's game. I believe that.
Jemimah?
I think for the question that you said, that if someone comes and asks me, women's cricket is not that great or not as par as men's cricket, my first question would be, kya aapne women's cricket dekha hai? That would be my question.
That's a
first.
good one.
And on this, I actually will tell you a story. So during the WPL itself, we were taking, there was one overseas players of ours, Tara Norris, Arundhati and I, we went to eat ice cream. Sorry, Rishi sir. And I was there. We put a hoodie, so nobody knew I was there. And there was a guy next to us, and there was a match going on. And it was about the IPL. So he was watching that, and he's telling his friend, "Hey, tune dekha kya ye WPL?" So my ears got like, okay, what is he going to talk? Because he's going to be very honest. He doesn't know. So obviously, maska nahi marega. So he's like, kya solid khelte yaar ladki log. Dekha hai kya? So I think this is the answer I would give you.
Wow, that's brilliant. Rishikesh, am I correct in my assessment, or did I get just a little carried away in that fielding comparison that I did with women's cricket? Because it does look incredible.
It is growing. The standard's going up. I'll say that. And these two young ladies here, they're exceptional. Fielding is also something that's connected with your fitness. The fitter you are, the better fielding you can do. And that's why it's no surprise that both of them, they work a lot on their fitness in the gyms, on the field while doing their sprints and running and stuff, apart from the fielding skill sessions. So it reflects on their fielding. And I think the fitness levels in women's cricket are growing as well. So what it was maybe a decade ago, it's changing now, and I think it will continue to change for the better.
So as Rishi here points out that these two here are exceptional when it comes to fielding. I don't know what is Harleen's recipe of success, but I know Jemimah's recipe of success, why she's such a good fielder. And if you want to find out, you want to take some tips, that's the next video that we've got.
I also want to know, actually.
I also want to know myself.
Never a dull moment when she's around.
So these are all images during the WPL. I think you should be paid double. One for playing, one for being the cheerleader as well. You know, she double up as that. But tell us, you know, in the middle of such an intense match where, you know, things could be changing, you find time to engage with the crowd, you know, shake a leg?
Okay, I'll tell you a little behind. So I've always been this person. I mean, if you ask Juldi, she'll never see me sit quietly in the dressing room and all. But when I come on the cricket field, like I always wanted to be this person, but at the same time I was very aware about, okay, people are watching. If I don't score, this is going to backfire. So I have kind of always not been able to just be me because I was very scared about what people will think. And what people think, if I be very honest enough, it affects me a lot. And growing up. So this happened after the World Cup, and World Cup is something that, you know, it was, you know, such an intense tournament. There was so much going on, and immediately we went into the WPL. And I just walked on the field, and I was like, wait, this is a dream come true moment for all of us. All of us, we've been dreaming and talking about this from so long. It's happening. And I was just like, you know, I'm just going to go out and be myself. I don't want to try and force anything or just worry about what others are saying. I'm just going to be myself. And this just happens spontaneously, you know. So if you run quickly to your field, you get a lot of time because the batters are still talking, things like that. And
She's just telling about her fitness. She just wants everyone to focus on
She
that.
nicely plugged it in.
Yeah, so that's the time when this has happened, and the crowd was amazing. There was music, and I was like, it just happened. I didn't try to stop myself. So, I mean, yeah, this is me, and I always want to be me, whether people criticize or no. At the end, I know when I'm on the field, my commitment level to the game has never wavered. Yeah. It's always been 100%, and as long as I am ticking that, it's fine.
Thank God you don't have my videos.
Jamie, the best thing about Jamie, you know, if you leave her, she'll be the best person and she'll start enjoying her game different way. If you telling her something, Jamie, do this, do that, she'll be a different character. So Jamie is always leave her and she'll do your work properly.
Rishi, that's a tip for you. You know, leave her. Don't tell her.
Already left her.
I cannot give it tip to her.
But by the way, what is it called? That's your signature move.
It's called the floss.
It's called the floss.
Yeah.
And how do you do it?
Harleen knows.
Come on, give us a demo.
See,
Give us a
Harleen,
demo. Maybe we can do a DIY.
Jhulan, you are trapped.
So that's
done.
what, brilliant. I actually tried. I thought I'd do it with you. I tried it. Just didn't work. We're towards the end of our session, and this is something that I do quite often. It's called the rapid fire. Or I call it the 2020. You've just played a 2020 tournament. Rishi, I'm going to leave you out of this. So, you know, that's
Thank
because he said he'll buy me dinner. We had a conversation before this. So, to the three of you, same question, and probably I'll go this time in the other order, starting with Jemimah, the youngest, then to Harleen.
I am the safest.
You're the safest. Okay. If you had come early, you could have sneaked into the question which Jhulan did. You guys got late, so have to be spontaneous. Now complete this sentence using a word from your mother tongue. Now in your case, you can use a Bambaiya Hindi or whatever you'd want to, a word.
My mother tongue.
Yeah,
It's Konkani.
that's Konkani. Do you speak Konkani?
Tuta futa.
But you'll have to explain after that, whatever that means. So you have to complete the sentence. Women's Premier League is?
Wait. Actually, I'm not very fluent in my.
You could use a
Everybody's
local.
not with that, honestly. This rapid fire is very difficult.
No, this is not. You would know your Punjabi. Come
Women-
on.
okay.
You could use a Mumbai slang.
You can use Marathi also. You know how to speak Marathi also.
Like you could use jhakas.
Marathi? Women's cricket le bhari.
Le bhari. Yeah. That's a good one.
What does it mean?
Juluti, thank you. Le bhari means
Too good. Le bhari means too good. Next level. To you.
Punjabi?
Obviously, mother.
Can't.
Can't. Yeah.
Means next level only.
Yeah, it does.
Khub bhalo.
That's.
I knew that.
I thought you were going to be more adventurous. Khub bhalo is
Darun.
Darun. Yeah.
On the next level. No.
Okay.
Khub bhalo.
The most memorable moment from the WPL 2023. One moment.
I would go with two.
Okay.
One would be when we won that thriller game against RCB in the last over, the way Jess Jonathan and Marizan Cap played. And the second was the one where Jess Jonathan, Radha and I were dancing. It just happened spontaneously. And Jess Jonathan never dances, but she was like so into the thing, all three of us. So yeah, those three.
Okay, Harleen.
For me, first was the auction. Like that was like
What we
honestly, a BB, you guys were showing the video, and I just had goosebumps because that was like honestly one of the best time which I had experienced. And then the second one was like we lost 3 games, and then the game which we won from RCB, that was one of the memorable moments for me. Yeah.
I'm so proud of myself. I picked up those 2 moments that your standout moments randomly, and we played the video. Jhulan.
I think first match, again, Gujarat, we never saw those kind of opening ceremony, all those Bollywood stars is coming, the excitement, the nervous system, everything is going on. And then when fast ball bowled, and I was shaking like this, and I was not able to control myself. And then later on, where we end up that game, and entire team was pretty nervous, pretty tense because of all those things are happening, and we never experienced, honestly speaking, as a group.
Okay.
So that was one of the big moment, and obviously the final MI, where we played this tournament, and where we dominate this tournament, it was amazing experience working with the MI franchises, so amazing. And
Okay.
win the trophies, it was brilliant moment.
Okay, a reminder, only one word answers. Okay, rapid fire, only one word answer. Now I'm going to change the sequence. Jhulan, to you first. One thing you would want to change about WPL?
Home away matches next year.
Same.
Another team.
Another
Additional
team.
team.
Yeah, okay, good one. If there's one skill you could borrow from any cricketer in the world, what would it be? You're not playing, so you could pick a coaching skill.
I think if you can learn from Rishi Chatra how to feel so, how to be so calm and cool. You cannot see any expression on in his face. If I able to learn from him, it will be great.
I'll take Juludi ka first ball on spot.
I think I will go with Juludi's thing because from my face you can make out what's happening in my entire life. But I think Rishi, so you see him in his happy moments or even when he's angry, he's still the same. So I think, yeah, that poker face.
Okay, Jemimah, starting with you on this one. The one celebrity that you stalk on Instagram. Yeah, always looking at his feed. Any celebrity. Could be a musician, an actor.
I love Ranbir Kapoor, but he's not on Instagram, so I stalk his fan pages.
Ah, okay.
I stalk a lot of people.
Can name one or two.
Tell why you stalk them.
I love stalking, the Dubai prince.
Yeah.
Like, I love stalking him. He's like...
Wallah, Habibi.
Honestly, if you see his Instagram, it's like, wow, like, aisa bhi hota hai? So like that.
She's wondering, Jhulan, like, which generation am I from?
Exactly. I don't stalk much. But yeah,
Favorite Insta feed?
Insta?
Insta feed. Not stalk, which is your favorite feed?
No, probably.
Jemimah, yeah, she's sitting next to you.
Yeah, I enjoy Jimmy's reels, you know.
So
it's
whenever
so
I put a
entertaining.
story, Juluti ka first comment, kya hai ye, Jemmy?
No, but honestly speaking, entertainer, she do something different other stuff, and she has so much courage to do that. It's not easy to do that. And
Just for the knowledge, Juludi follows us.
Yes, absolutely.
That was good. My next question, Jemimah, to you. The most famous person that follows you on social media?
You can take my name.
Yeah. You're famous? Oh, sorry. I'm kidding. I think Ayushman Khurrana.
Ah, nice.
So, yeah.
Who follows me?
Yes.
Same. Ayushman follows, yeah. Kartik Aryan and all.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Good.
I follow.
No, the
follows you?
most famous person that follows you.
You can ask me in another way, and I don't follow anyone, or somebody's follow me. I
Achha,
don't
you
know.
tell me the...
I follow Anushka a lot because in Instagram.
You know why? Because Anushka is playing...
Anushka
Sorry.
Sharma follows.
Yeah.
I follow Anushka.
Because
Kisi ka to
Anushka is
movie
playing
aane wala
Jhulan
hai.
Goswami. She's playing Jhulan Goswami in the biopic that will be out
But
very...
I like her sense of humor. Where she come out all the time in Insta. I enjoy that.
Okay. Jemimah, to you. The craziest, wackiest DM you've received on Instagram?
So one guy messaged me, will you marry me, sister? So I was like, kya chal raha hai?
Harleen? You have more than 1 million followers. I'm sure you get many.
I've one person has messaged on my DM. It was like, is your father a terrorist? And then नीचे ... इतनी bomb बेटी पैदा की है.
Okay.
I think what Jimmy has gone through, I have also gone through same.
Same.
Will you marry me, sister?
Didi?
Sister, Jhulu Didi. Every time I got those kind of texts. So, yeah.
Okay. This time with you, Jhulan. One thing that women's cricket has that men don't. Men's cricket doesn't.
I think
Jhulan Goswami.
Yeah, true.
Jhulan Goswami.
Jhulan Goswami. Wow.
Jimmy is too good all the time.
आज पूरे number बनाए हैं इसने.
10 minutes late आए थे ना.
No, but honestly speaking, the amount of passion and love for the
Passion.
game.
Okay. Harleen, passion, she says.
I don't know what to say about this. This is honestly.
Glamour.
Oh, you can say that.
Yeah.
Of course, glamour.
मेरा भी जवाब आप दो ना, please.
Definitely.
So they've written answers also over there?
No.
With the question?
No. I thought that was an obvious one. Or I'm only saying it as a guy watching, maybe. You didn't see it that way.
Oh, true.
See?
True, yeah.
Okay. One women sports person that inspired you outside cricket. Jemimah, I'll start with you.
I'll go with PV Sindhu.
Nice.
Like I've seen Sania Mirza, like chote hote se, so I'll go for her.
She's
Yeah.
inspired.
I think PT Usha for me, because when I grow up, I used to read about her article and then all those stories on a newspaper, and I really enjoy that.
Okay. And finally, with you, the one typical stereotype that gets your goat about women, one stereotype. One stereotype or one impression that people have about women that you just dislike.
Now, earlier I used to get this kind of message or this kind of thought process that why you are playing, why you are wasting your time, playing cricket. That's also all those things is to I used to hate all those comments, but I think way these girls and our generation and this generation is playing definitely change their mindset.
I'll say it's everyone's game. It's just not gentleman's game. So,
It's not a gentleman's game.
Yeah, and we are coming for it. So yeah.
One thing I'd like to change the stereotype you're saying, right?
One stereotype about women's cricket that you completely hate, that people have.
Yeah, if there's any job, not necessarily cricket, but any job where it's like, nahi ladki hai, nahi kar payegi. I think that is one thing which has changed. And I mean, a lot of women are here today, so all credit goes to all of you all too, because it's not just us sitting here and it's like your everyday what happens even in the office and nobody notices it and things like that. So I think, yeah, that is one thing that has changed a lot now.
Okay, I had many more questions, but Rahul just walked in, reminded me your time is up. I've just seen it. But there's one question that I have to take because it comes from one of my favorites. So, Aaj Tak India today has an AI anchor. Her name is Sana, and she's come here specially, teleported, to ask you guys a question. So, can we please have Sana ask a question?
Hi there. I am so excited today to meet our champion women cricketers. I have a question for you. You have shattered several glass ceilings throughout your career and have recently been part of the first ever WPL. IPL starts the day after. Which team, in your opinion, is most likely to win the IPL trophy?
Okay, men's IPL, you got to pick your favorite to win it. Who's going to start?
Ladies first.
Harleen, yeah, you start.
I'll go
Don't
with...
pick the Gujarat team because you played
No,
for
no,
Gujarat.
no. That's a different franchisee. So I'll go for Chennai because it will be Dhoni's last IPL. So I'm going to go for that, yeah.
Maybe not. He may play another.
True.
Who knows?
But then, yeah, true Dhoni fan, so I'll go for that.
Okay.
I know people will tell me something about, but I'm from the Delhi team here, but I've always supported the MI men's team, so I'll stick to that.
Okay.
Well, unfortunately, in women's team they don't have, but in men's team, definitely I'm from Kolkata, so definitely Delhi is a soft corner for KKR. But honestly speaking, the professionalism I saw in MI is always, and as a cricket, I love to be a part of MI team.
So she picked Mumbai Indians then. Okay, thank you. I hope that answered your question, Sana.
Oh wow. It's both risky and undiplomatic to predict a winner. My AI brain is betting on Gujarat Titans or Mumbai Indians. The
Can you see
second name
Gujarat?
will certainly please most people in this audience. Thank you for being such a sport and answering my question. Hope you have a great evening today.
I have an honest confession. I think I may be crushing on Sana. She's good looking and she knows cricket. What else does one want, right? So thank you, Sana, for that. Before we wind up, and this is on public request, everyone requested that. Can I have what I'm looking for? Is Preeti here? No, that's okay. I will have.
Time out.
Preeti is here. I'd ask for a special thing to be bought in. It's there, is it? Oh, I need to pick it up.
I just told her, I think it's a guitar.
Yeah, because we can't let Jemimah go without. And she made a Australian team sing Channa Mere Aaye, isn't it? Yeah. And Harleen's gonna give us a nice Hindi number.
In Hindi. Yeah.
Huh.
What's,
100 also, some people are singing in New
yeah, but that was a rule sheet.
She's a brand ambassador of Hindi. I always try something different.
I will have to tune the guitar, so give me 2 minutes.
Yeah, please. Ju, what I'll do is, you got a mic
I
there.
have.
I could hold it for you.
Harry, just hold this. Harry,
No, I'll hold it for you. Want me to hold that?
get it close.
It's loading. It's coming like this.
Just come closer. Get it closer to the guitar. Get it closer to the guitar.
Oh, here.
Yeah, done.
Which song are we singing?
Sakya.
That is easier option. She's just setting the guitar. Sir, कितना I can keep this. Keep it here.
The guitar can be heard? Guitar's on? Outside?
ਸਖੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਵੇਲੇ ਮਾਰ ਦਿਆ ਉੱਡੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਚੰਨਾ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਪਿਆਰ ਦੀਆਂ ਸ਼ਾਮ ਨੂੰ ਤੂੰ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਕਿਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੁੰਨਾ ਆ ਵੇਖੀਆਂ ਮੈਂ ਫੋਟੋਆਂ ਵੇਕਾਰ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਡਰ ਜਿਹਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਏ ਦਿਲ ਟੁੱਟ ਨਾ ਜਾਏ ਵਿਚਾਰਾ ਮੇਰੇ ਯਾਰ ਬਥੇਰੇ ਨੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਤੂੰ ਹੀ ਹੈ ਬਸ ਯਾਰਾ ਮੇਰੇ ਯਾਰ ਬਥੇਰੇ ਨੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਤੂੰ ਹੀ ਹੈ ਬਸ ਯਾਰ ਹੋ ਨਾ 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 ਜਦੋਂ ਕੱਲੀ ਬੈਨੀਆਂ ਖਿਆਲੇ ਸਤਾਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਬਾਹਰ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਸੁਣਦਾ ਏ ਫੋਨ ਕਿਹਦੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਫੋਨ ਕਿਹਦੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਕੱਲੀ ਬੈਨੀਆਂ ਖਿਆਲੇ ਸਤਾਉਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਬਾਹਰ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਸੁਣਦਾ ਏ ਫੋਨ ਕਿਹਦੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਕਦੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਫਿਲਮਾਂ ਦਿਖਾ ਲਿਆ ਕਰ ਕਦੇ ਕਦੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਕਮਾ ਲਿਆ ਕਰ ਸਾਰੇ ਸਾਲ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਜੇ ਮੈਂ ਰੁੱਸਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਕਿ ਤਾਂ ਬਣਦਾ ਮਨਾ ਲਿਆ ਇੱਕ ਪਾਸੇ ਤੂੰ ਬੱਬੂ ਇੱਕ ਪਾਸੇ ਐ ਜਗ ਸਾਰਾ ਤੇਰੇ ਯਾਰ ਬਥੇਰੇ ਨੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਤੂੰ ਹੀ ਹੈ ਬਸ ਯਾਰਾ ਤੇਰੇ ਯਾਰ ਬਥੇਰੇ ਨੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਤੂੰ ਹੀ ਹੈ ਬਸ ਯਾਰਾ
You all can sing with us if you all know.
na 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 na.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're done. Just hold on. There is a felicitation.
Thank you, ladies, for that wonderful conversation and the surprise at the end. A big round of applause, everybody.
मैच से जुड़े आपके हर सवाल का हम देंगे जवाब। जानने के लिए हर अपडेट, लाइव एनालिसिस, स्पेशल इंटरव्यूज, डाउनलोड कीजिए स्पोर्ट्स तक ऐप।